I'll say your name for you, is Justin Richards.
We started in a place where most people wouldn't want to start. We started with nothing. So I decided I hated corporate America from the time I was out of college. I watched corporate America run my parents through my life, and I didn't want that for my children. I didn't want that for me. And my partner Aaron and I were kind of lost. We didn't know. We knew we wanted to get into investments. I had a contracting background, so we started flipping houses through mailers. We ended up getting into multifamily, and I met Mark and Tamil, and they told me about their coaching program. I wasn't at a point in my life where I understood that I needed that or wanted it. I really didn't know. We got into a couple sticky situations and deals I didn't understand, and I picked up the phone and I called Mark. He picked up the phone and he talked. And normally when you're talking to somebody who's successful, you don't get a certain level of attention and care. And he sat on the phone with me for an hour. Mind you, I've had breakfast with him. I mean, who am I? And he walked me through. He educated me. He would pass me off to somebody that was an expert in that particular area. And I did that 3 times. And I finally, one day Aaron and I are looking at each other like, what are we doing? So we watched one of his programs, and after that it was clear that what we needed was the direction or the tutelage of somebody that had greater experience than ourselves. So we reached out and we joined in December 17. And he told us, he said, guys, it's a numbers game. You got to go out there and you got to be willing to do a ton of deals and hit a lot of block walls before you can actually get one. So we took him at his word. We went into 5 major markets. We called every broker in every one of those markets. We told the story. And the story has so much value because instead of calling and saying, hey, I know I got 7 units in Michigan and I'm looking to 250 unit apartment community, the broker kind of goes, that's cute. And so with Mark, I mean, you saw the statistics. So we would call brokers and say, look, our group did 20 deals last year, over $180 million in 4 major markets, and we'd like to talk to you and see what we can do in this market. And it's leverage. You're leveraging your relationships. And Mark probably got very annoyed with us because we called him 2, 3, 4 times a day. So before we got our first deal 4 months in, but we did 80 deals. We looked at 80 deals in those 4 months. We submitted 15 LOIs. We participated in 10 best and finals, and we were everywhere from 100 million on down. And you want to talk about character? The guy picks up the phone every single time, talks to me until I get it, which is very difficult.
That's a long time, actually, unfortunately. That's a problem.
And more importantly than the deals, I mean, this is all really cool, and we're building for our families is the family atmosphere. So what I got is, we have a tremendous portfolio growing. We have 144. We just had 655 under contract. We have 2 development deals that came through in Texas here through relationships. We were out smoking a cigar last night, and we got an opportunity of another 500 deal. So this group just keeps giving. And it took me a while to realize that it was just Mark surrounding himself with more and more people that are like him. They want to give. So I can call anybody on this panel and anybody in our group, and I can stay on the phone with them for hours and work through problems. And they're willing to work together. They don't work in traditional groups in silos. This is my company. I got to have control. Why? We're all doing the same thing. If I try to do it alone, maybe I can take down a 40, 60, 80 unit deal, maybe. I'd rather partner with 5 or 6 friends and take down 500 units. You get a smaller piece of a much greater pie. And it's the power of the leveraging relationships, and the family atmosphere is what makes it work. You know, you heard the Hausers, they bring their family to all this stuff. My wife's a W-2 employee. She's at home right now. That kills me. I want her right here with me. I want my 3-year-old daughter right here with me. I want to live like they set their life up to live. And everybody in our group, if you talk to every one of them, that is a prevailing theme. We're family oriented, and all we want to do is help each other. And that's what makes it unique.
Cool. Thanks, guys.